Hi everyone, welcome back to another interview of Graduate Journey. Today we have Naaz joining us.
Hi, my name is Naaz. I attended the International School of Bangalore, or TISB for short. And right now I'm a freshman at Pratt Institute, which is in Brooklyn, New York, and I'm majoring in industrial design. Okay, so I applied to both art universities as well as like general universities. So I applied to two of the UCs, then UT Austin, Northeastern, CMU, Parsons, RISD, um, Pratt, obviously, UIUC. So yeah, just a couple of those. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And so, did you apply to any art colleges in abroad or UK, Canada, anything like that?
So the thing is, I did apply to the UK. I applied to UCL, but that particular application was super rushed, so I didn't really have a good experience with that, and I also didn't get enough help that I needed for it. So, um, yeah, I you could say that I just applied to the US universities, but yeah.
Okay. And what are your future career prospects or goals at this point after uni?
After uni. Honestly, as I don't really have any solid plans, but I probably want to obviously get like a master's in something. So right now, if I will be getting a BID, which is bachelor's in industrial design. So, I'm thinking I could like continue with that and take that forward. But right now, I don't have any plans as such.
So you mentioned you went to TISP and that's an IB school. So what were the HL and SL subjects you took over there?
So for HL, I took economics, math. So there are two types of math subjects that they offer, which is AA and AI. So I took AA, which is analysis and approaches, if I'm not wrong. And I also took HL art, obviously, and SL, I took physics, English, literature and language, and Spanish ab initio.
Oh, okay. And so a lot of like art students I know, and like especially my grade and stuff, they all think that either you have to take DTHL or Art HL or something if you want to go to an art uni. So then is like, do you think that's actually necessary or like,
Hmm. Personally, I don't think it is because quite a few people here didn't like some people didn't take art, but some people did take art. So I think it's more of like a personal choice, and I would low-key like recommend it because in a way you can also cover your portfolio pieces with that, so you can do like two things at once.
okay.
If you get the right guidance, that is. And Yeah, I think it depends. It's up to you. Because with IB, like Pratt didn't take any credits for art as a subject. But I think you do get credits if like you do AP art or something because quite a few people here like from the US either went to like art high schools or like they did AP art or something. So yeah. But I think I would recommend it. Yeah, go for it. Why not?
Okay. And what about in IG or like in 9th and 10th? Do you think like you should take art in 9th and 10th? Or
In
if,
order to take 11th and 12th?
yeah.
Um, I did take art in ninth and 10th. Um, so for me, I think I always knew that I wanted to do something related to art. So I feel like I took that subject as a way to like, enjoy what I'm doing. And so that's
Right.
why I took it in ninth and 10th. And then I took that forward in 11th and 12th. But many of my friends like just completely ditched art after ninth and 10th. Um, then one of my friends ended up majoring in eco, but she did take art in IB. So there's no right or wrong answer for it. I think it's up to you and what you want. Um, so yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Take it if you want more experience in art, I guess, and take it if you wanna um like keep improving and keep being in touch with art, if that makes sense.
Got it. And
Yeah.
Did you take any AP courses or any other extra credit courses over the course of your high school experience?
No, I didn't do any AP because they do tell you if you end up doing IB, don't do AP courses because it just adds like a lot more work for you, and with IB you already get credits, so there's no need to.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
understood.
I didn't do any.
And so now moving on to the more like art specific part of this interview. Um, so about your portfolio, tell us a little bit about your portfolio, how many pieces in total, etc.
Okay, so like before I begin, I just wanted to say COVID kind of affected how much work I could actually put in a way because coming to school and working on art was really important, but most of 11th grade was at home for me.
Okay.
So I didn't really I didn't get enough time, and I don't think I put in enough effort, I'm gonna be honest. But so that's why like what I submitted for IB art also like overlapped into my portfolio. So I had like about 10 to 12 pieces,
Mm.
and because it was for IB, I had like one recurring theme, and mine was my theme. I I okay, I can't remember what my theme was, but it was two opposite ideas that I was trying to show. Yeah, yeah. My theme was freedom versus restriction. So that's like the idea I was looking at. So most of my pieces were touching up on either freedom or restriction or trying to show both of the things together. So with IB, they want to see like a range of mediums being used and media being used, and even in your art portfolio, because you're trying to show how much you know or how in tune you are with I think what you're doing, but also I think it varies from uni to uni because like with the UK applications as well, I think they wanted to see more major specific work that you've done. But I feel like with the US art unis, they just want to see like your skill, and I
Right.
think each uni demands different things. So for example, RISD is like really focused on sketching, so not even just still lifes but like figure drawing and how good you are with sketching, and they look at your technique more than anything, I feel like. While like other unis are more like they allow you to put in whatever work you want. So I did it like I applied for industrial design here at Pratt, but if you look at my work, like not a lot of it directly relates with industrial design because I have like painting, I have sculpture, I had like few sketches here and there, I had like still life. So I just did like a range of everything to show what I'm good at and like yeah, what I like doing. And I also try to incorporate like some digital work in there. Um and yeah, I think you need to sort of see what each university wants. So, for example, like UCLA, I applied for like one of the digital media art courses, which was like super competitive, and my application was last minute, anyways. But they had given like four different like objectives that you had to achieve with each piece. So they give you like one theme, like oh, redesign a book cover, and then you had to make something related to that. And then
Okay.
so I think you need to see what each university demands and what they want for your major. And then like for some universities like UT Austin and CMU, I had to make like a video that showed my work. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, there can be like a different that there can be different demands from universities, and you kind of need to figure that out. So yeah,
Got it.
but I would say you should separate your IB work from your portfolio. Like you can make them overlap, but if you have the time, like put in more effort. I feel like that was missing from my side, but it's okay.
Got it. And so, just a question, when did you start working on your portfolio in high school?
In high school, when did I start working on it? I think 11th grade only, but I would highly recommend to just start before. Like, just start doing whatever art you can at an early stage because you can still combine things together, you can still experiment, but at least you have like an ample um like supply of artworks I would say that you can put
Okay.
in based on what each university wants. Like this is what I saw on YouTube where people had a bunch of artworks ranging from like different media, and so based on what each university wanted, they submitted that. Now
Right.
I didn't have the option to do that, but if you do use your time well and if you do plan things and put in the effort and time, you can do like a good job and make a good portfolio.
Can you use
So
some of your ninth and 10th grade artworks as well in your portfolio if they're good enough?
I wouldn't. So at first I thought ki I would also do that, but then I saw like the change in my work, and then you could see that the 11th and 12th grade work is a lot more refined than the ninth grade one. But
Okay.
I wouldn't say like don't put it in like I said before. So some universities wanted to see like your sketchbook pages and your experimentation in that sense. Like they didn't want like a piece. So in that case I used some of my ninth and 10th work. Like if it was good, then I submitted that. So yeah.
Understood. Got it.
Mm.
And would you, so apart from just art, what were some of the extracurriculars that you did during high school?
Um Okay, other than art related
Because you
things.
said
Okay, so
you
like in
applied to general universities as well, right? And so,
like I try to do like a range of things. So for example, during COVID, I kind of helped this one neighbor in my compound to sort of raise money for some stray dogs, like for food and vaccines, by selling a couple of paintings. So that way I incorporated art with that. Then I also did like an internship at like this small startup. Like they needed help with like graphic design and all of that, so that
okay,
way I familiarize myself with programs like Photoshop and After Effects or whatever it may be. Like so again I try to involve art that way. And then in school I became the art prefect, but honestly I don't think a lot happened with that. But now that school is back on for like you guys, um it's good to take part in the activities that school offers. So in terms of like extracurriculars, like community service wise, I used to go to this orphanage, not orphanage but children's home, once a week back in 10th grade. And so that way, like, I was meeting kids, I was teaching art also,
okay.
so everywhere I just tried to bring some of that,
Somehow you
show
tie
them
art
and
into
art.
every
Yeah,
extracurricular.
exactly. And if you do sports, that's another thing that universities really like. I didn't do sports, so no. But then I spoke about like my interest in dancing, so I spoke about that instead. Um, and yeah, let me see. I can't remember what else I spoke about, but yeah. Um,
And regarding your internship, I was just wondering how you went about getting that internship. So, did you know someone who got that, or was there like a platform that you used that helped you connect with companies to get the internship? Or
it was actually through my dad. My dad knew someone. It was
okay,
connected with the company that he works in. So thankfully, I had the opportunity to do that. But in terms of like places that offer internships, I don't have a lot of knowledge on that, because again I think art related stuff I it's difficult to find, I feel like. So yeah. And oh yeah, you can also talk about summer schools. So I did like, it was completely unrelated, like I did like a film summer program, and I also did animation. So
okay. I guess it
yeah,
kind
you
of
can.
ties into like the arts and creativity in general.
Exactly. Yeah. So anything kind of related to that, I try to pursue.
Got it. And so like especially I see my classmates right now, and they
Mhm.
have like 3 to 5 assignments every week, or like due like coming soon and stuff. So how do you avoid getting burnt out with all the art assignments, and how do you manage to balance your time between art and IB and extracurriculars and stuff like that?
You want an honest answer? Or you just want like general answer?
No,
Because
honest.
Honest answer. I struggled with time management and I still am. Even at university, I really am. Okay, I have a lot to say about this. Okay, so over here, I'm struggling with time management because I feel like I'm just doing art every single day. And sometimes it just gets so overwhelming because you have like an assignment due and then you finish it and then you're like, no, no, I have another assignment, and it just keeps piling on. So I think you just need to start early with your work. I know, like, this is common advice, like even I heard that from my seniors. They were like, just start with your portfolio work over the summer, and I was like, haha, I'll do it, but I never did. And then only later on I realized that, like, oh no, this is bad. But yeah, okay. So in terms of managing and with IB, I feel like allocate a certain time where you dedicate to doing art, and whatever assignments that your teacher gives you, be on top of it. Like literally complete it, do a good job. Even if it means staying up at night and getting less sleep, it's fine. Like that happens. That's the reality. Like you don't sleep, it's okay, but at least get the work done. At least you're like on top of things, so that prevents you from getting any backlog. And more than anything, you can always rework it, right? Like if you have something to show, you can always come back to it, but make sure it doesn't get like pushed behind. Because I remember in 11th grade, it was like the start of IB and it was online, and doing art at home just wasn't it. Like I remember our art classes weren't that great. And so my friend and I, we would decide that okay, today we're gonna do art, but we would just push it to the end of the day and not complete anything because we had other essays to write. So we were prioritizing like the other side of things, because with
Right.
IB there's so much and you don't, and like as an art student it does get difficult. But I feel like if you plan your time and look at art as something that you enjoy, and if you actually enjoy it, I feel like giving time to it wouldn't be an issue. And again, having art and doing it in school makes the biggest difference ever, because I feel like um my thoughts of like doing art in ninth and 10th versus 11th and 12th are way different. Like I did enjoy art a lot in ninth and 10th when I was doing it in school, because everyone was around, we were helping each other. I was actually getting work done, supplies are there. And then yeah, it's just a very, like, it's a good community. And then 11th and 12th was just at home, like all alone.
Okay.
So yeah, you need to figure out time management, and I would say just start as early as you can and just be on top of things and look at it as a subject that you enjoy.
First of all, do you have any tips for making the college profile in general?
In terms of starting like Common App, the school itself helped us with it, so they made us start super early. Now, if your school doesn't do that, then take initiative on your own, I would say. And so they had us make accounts like I think by the end of 11th grade. So I would say the earlier you start, the better. But how I went about it is have like a general idea of what you would like to major in, and then go and see the specific universe. So look at universities that you would like to attend, and also look at universities that are super strong in the major you offer, and then sort of compare and contrast and weigh out the factors that really matter to you, whether it's university life or how strong your major is, whether it's a location, whether if you have like family around. Like so many factors come into play,
Right.
but focus on sort of what you are looking for. So for me, the most important was the major, and what they offer as a university for me, and how that may take me forward in terms of career, getting jobs in the future, internships, all of that.
Okay.
And then you make your tentative list. And I know this is not profile related, but I'm just saying, yeah.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
make like a tentative list, and then eventually narrow it down based on other things, and then look into what they want from your essay. So obviously you have like the Common App. So start working on that. I think they have like 6 questions. So pick a question that would really showcase who you are as a person, and who, like, tells your story to the university. Because obviously they read so many applications all the time, so you need to make sure like yours is memorable and yours stands out to a certain extent. So certain experiences that are unique to you, I would say talk about those in your common app. And then the uni specific essays require a lot of research. So make like an Excel sheet or make like a Word document that where you have all the details of the university. So for example, professors in your major, certain locations on campus, um the extracurriculars that they offer, certain classes that you would probably be interested in. So all of that comes into the why essay, like why this university. And then like I said before, you may have major specific essays. So I think like Northeastern wanted um an essay on like why I want to apply to the College of Art and Design or whatever the name was. And so over there I spoke about like my achievements or like my interests that were only like creatively inclined, you could say. So
Okay.
yeah, all of like this whole process requires like a lot of research. So I would say stay super plan, make like Excel sheets, make Word documents, whatever may help you stay organized. And obviously the sooner you start the better, because um I'm not joking when I say that the workload gets super intense. If you're doing IB, like I feel like if you're doing like another course, it's not too bad. But with IB, as well as college application, like it was so intense for everyone because all you're doing is writing essays. Like that's all you're doing. And so the earlier you start with college applications, that's better because it also gives you the opportunity to take time in understanding yourself. I know that sounds like so silly, but that is so important. And like by the end of it, I feel like you'll sort of look back and be like, oh, this was kind of fruitful, or like, oh, I learned something about myself. So in a way, it's kind of good. Um and yeah, it'll require a lot of drafts and reworking and all of that. And I'm sure teachers help with that because we had like a college counseling department, so they sort of helped us with that. um and yeah, I think as a student you will have to reach out to teachers for it because they have so many people to attend to. So put yourself out there and be like, check this, check that.
Okay.
Hmm.
So did you like go to your art teacher, or like who all did you go to for, because some people like approach their English teacher because they can write well or something like that. So does it
Hmm.
matter uh if the letter recommendation is from like someone related to the major you're applying to, or like?
Honestly, I don't remember like um what my school said about it as such, but I feel like it's up to you because at the end of the day, this is a teacher um like telling the uni how good of a student you are. So I feel like if you wanted to be major specific, like for example with art, right? Like obviously, so I had like three teachers that I got recommendations from. I was not allowed to read their recommendations, but I got my math teacher, my English teacher, and my art teacher, obviously. And so some universities only needed one letter of recommendation, and some of them didn't even need one. So for those places, I just straight up like submitted my art recommendation letter because obviously it was major specific. So I
Okay.
assumed that my teacher would have spoken something about my skill and stuff like that, and also who I am as a student. And then my English teacher, like if a uni needed two recommendations, I also gave my English teacher. And the math one was just a backup, but it wasn't major specific, so I didn't.
Right. Okay.
So it depends. I think it's up to you and what how you think it would help in terms of your acceptance. Yeah.
Got it. Great. I think that wraps up this interview.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, Neil.